In music, a cadence is a progression of at least two different chords that ends a phrase, section, or entire composition. Each type of cadence generates a different response in the ears of the listener. Some cadences stimulate a satisfying sense of completion or coming home, while others create a desire to hear what comes next. Cadences can surprise us, or scare us, or even make us laugh. In the same way that written sentences require punctuation to give them meaning, music requires cadences to highlight themes and strengthen their emotional impact. The plagal cadence is commonly used in sacred hymns as the final two chords, the Amen. The chord progression for a plagal cadence is 4-1. This is also called a subdominant to tonic. When the composer wants to create a sense of anticipation or awareness of more to come, she or he may use a half cadence to do so. The chord progressions for a half cadence are 1-5, or 1-5-7, or 4-5, or 4-5-7. This is also called tonic to dominant or dominant 7, or subdominant to dominant or dominant 7. The authentic cadence is the most common cadence. The sound of it brings a sense of finish and completion to the listener. Composers often use this cadence to define the key center many times throughout each composition. The chord progression for the authentic cadence is 5-1 or 5-7-1. This is also called dominant or dominant 7 to tonic. In its simplest form, this is what an authentic cadence looks like in C major. Notice that it is labeled as a perfect authentic cadence, PAC. This is because the one chord, or tonic, is in root position, and the root, C, is doubled in the soprano voice. In this example, you can see that the third of the tonic chord, E, is doubled instead of the root, C. This makes it imperfect. It is still authentic. Label it IAC. Hit the pause button to examine these chords more closely. When you are ready to move on, simply hit the play button. In its very simplest form, this is what a plagal cadence looks like in the key of C major. This is a more common setting for the plagal cadence. Here you see the final phrase of a hymn tune, followed by the Amen of 4-1. In popular music, the plagal cadence is often used with a twist, the minor plagal change. This change from a major subdominant to a minor evokes wistfulness, poignancy, gentleness, even regret. It is a powerfully evocative chord progression. Hit the pause button to examine these chords more closely. When you are ready to move on, simply hit the play button. In its simplest form, this is what a half cadence looks like in C major. Remember, these 5 chords built on the dominant scale degree could also be 5-7 chords, or dominant 7 chords. I've kept it simple for now. The half cadence, 1-5, in the key of C. And the half cadence, 4-1, in the key of C. What they want to do is resolve here. Back to the 1. Hit the pause button to examine these chords more closely. When you are ready to move on, simply hit the play button. The deceptive cadence is one of my favorite chord progressions, 5-6. In its simplest form, this is what a deceptive cadence looks like in C major. A deceptive cadence can be 5 to any chord other than 1 or tonic, but my favorite version is 5-6 because of the cool way it sounds. The deceptive cadence, 5 to 6. Well, that's it. You have now been introduced to the most common types of cadences used in Western music. The perfect authentic cadence. The imperfect authentic cadence. The plagal cadence. The plagal minor change cadence. The half cadence, 1 to 5. And 4 to 5. And finally, the deceptive cadence.